King Lear is an anonymous Elizabethan play about the life of the ancient Brythonic King Leir of Britain. It was published in 1605 but was entered into the Stationers' Register on 15 May 1594. The play has attracted critical attention principally for its relationship with King Lear, Shakespeare's version of the same story. Performance. The records of theatre impresario Philip Henslow show that King Lear was performed on 6 and 8 April 1594 at the Rose Theatre, by a cast that combined personnel from two acting companies, Queen Elizabeth's men and Sussex's men. Other records claim that the play was often acted, though these two are the only specific performances known. It has been suggested that Shakespeare, who was a player in the Queen's company of the 1590s, may have actually performed in King Lear. Publication. The most famous chronicle history of Lear, King of England and his three daughters, was entered into the Stationers' Register on 14 May 1594, by stationer Adam Islip, but Islip's name is crossed out of the record and the name of fellow stationer Edward White is substituted. Perhaps this conflict between stationers prevented the play's publication in 1594. Certainly it did not appear in print until the next decade. It was registered again on 8 May 1605 by stationer Simon Stafford. The first edition appeared later that year, printed by Stafford for the bookseller John Wright, with the title The True Chronicle History of King Lear and His Three Daughters, Goneril, Regan and Cordelia. The title page states that the drama hath been diverse and sundry times lately acted. The 1605 quarto was the sole edition of the play during the 17th century. Authorship. There is no consensus of scholarly opinion on the authorship of King Lear. The play has been variously attributed to Thomas Kyd, Robert Greene, George Peele, Thomas Lodge, Anthony Munday, and Shakespeare himself. Genre. King Lear has been called a chronicle history, a tragical history, a tragicomedy, and even a tragedy with a happy ending. Lear does not contain the subplot about Gloucester, Edgar, and Edmund that Shakespeare added to the story. The Annesley case. Some commentators have argued that King Lear was printed in 1605 to take advantage of the attention drawn by Shakespeare's similar play, which would mean that Shakespeare's Lear was being acted in 1605. Yet a remarkable historical parallel provided a topical reason for the publication of Lear, and perhaps also for Shakespeare's interest in the story. C. 1605. Brian Annesley was an elderly former follower of Queen Elizabeth, a wealthy Kentishman with three daughters, Grace, Christian, and the youngest, the unmarried Caudle. In 1603, Grace tried to have her father declared senile and incompetent to manage his estate. Caudle wrote to Robert Cecil, 1st Earl of Salisbury, to protest her older sister's action, and otherwise supported her father against his eldest daughter. Brian Annesley died in July 1604. Caudle Annesley successfully defended her father's last will and testament, which left most of the family property to Caudle. One of the executors of the will was Sir William Harvey. He was a veteran of the 1588 campaign against the Spanish Armada and the third husband of the Dowager Countess of Southampton, the mother of Shakespeare's patron Henry Wriothesley, 3rd Earl of Southampton. Once the Dowager Countess died in 1607, Harvey married Caudle Annesley. So, a true life scandal with noteworthy parallels to the Lear story was in the news in 1603 and 1604, and may have helped to inspire both Shakespeare's play and the publication of the old play King Lear.